Okay, so what we're gonna do, so let's come right into this moment right now. I am so excited. I'm gonna skip the presence exercise right now. So because it's fun too sometimes. So I got some major announcements to make. Terry, you tell me if I'm wrong, but as of yesterday, Terry Chenoweth gave us the verbal that will be joining us to be the lead in building our own proprietary software. Woo-hoo!
Awesome.
So today is our last beta class. I feel like we've recorded all the stuff. I've gone back and watched it.
When do we get our paychecks?
Just a second, you'll see. And I've recorded them. I've taken down, what I think is best. But I feel very complete with that now. It feels awesome to make that decision. And we know how to do it. We just need to do it now. And so what we're going to do today is that I want to hear two things. I want to hear must-haves. Okay, what are your must-haves that you absolutely have that are crucial in your system? So let me give you some context. We are not going to touch contract to close. We are not building a CRM. We're building a sales machine, which is, as of this minute, that's our title. That's our name of our software, the sales machine. Making your life bigger than your business. Jenny said that the other day. That was one of the ones we're messing with right now. Or giving you the freedom to do what you love. It's going to be something like that. That's going to be our business. So we're not going to touch and I'm handing this into processing, or everybody has something different, but we're building a sales, and it's also going to have the life component in here too, because that's where coaches as well. So it's also going to have health goals, financial goals, whatever other goals that we have, business goals. So it's also going to be a tracking place for you to track all areas of your life. So we are not competing just for all of the Fairway peeps, which is basically everybody except Aaron on here. We are not competing with Motivator. This is not a CRM. It's not. We're not competing with them. So what we're basically doing is taking a lot of our system, and then how do we use automation and technology to build out so that a lot of the personalized stuff that we can do, that we all love to do, can be automated. So how do you still personally touch people in a non-spammy email, newsletter, blog nonsense, getting into the spam folder, into how do we do our stuff? How do we be personal while still using automation? So we know how to do it, and we're just going to do it. That's the end of the story. Who's got questions?
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
So when you say you're not touching contract to close, are you saying that like there's going to not be any built-in touches to where like it would prompt you to do like loans to the office when the loan's approved, or the gift a couple weeks before closing in a letter and things like that? Or are you just talking about like actual?
No, because that would be sales. So I think we could still do sales part. I'm talking about like the interface in between ops. So I define ops. Everybody's got a different definition, but I define ops as processing, closing, underwriters, anything that's
condition.
Assume that whoever's company is going to handle the processing and closing stuff, but you're still going to build in the sales related tasks that would happen after they're under contract through closing,
all the way past closing. Yeah. I mean, because the other part, the past closing part, is something that I'm just shooting you straight. Aaron Crossley, which is why he's in this, does a fantastic job of this. But I can't point to anybody else that I know that does an excellent job with past clients. The majority of the solutions out there are put them in your database, put them in your thing, and they're getting an email that says the 7 steps to having a beautiful front yard. And that's what and people are like, I don't I don't even remember who this person is. Jenny told me a story the other day. She goes, Derek, I had 2 people in the last week or something that you said. I had two past clients in the last week call me because we're friends, and they were so excited because they're buying a home. They just bought a home to tell me that they bought a home.
So,
And it did not, Jenny, I'm not knocking on you. I'm just saying that this is the room for improvement, right? So
they're both past clients.
And so I've already used my, the systems that I used and all that stuff. And then how do we use video and personalized video and a coherent past client strategy that you're branding yourself as Lender for Life so this doesn't happen?
it's automated.
What's that?
It's automated.
It's automated. Yeah, that's automated. So we're only doing sales. I listen. I can't be more grateful to each and every one of you. I listen to you guys when we get into the political aspects and the company stuff of all like internal, all that and Compass, all that stuff. That's not where my core competency is either. My best attribute is sales and marketing. That's my specialty. And so the life coaching component is really important to me. So sales, marketing, your life, the stories like Allison told, right? Like building in accountabilities, Allison, to when you're taking off and getting updates on that and stuff. Like,
yeah, so I think that's one thing that in the coaching, just in general, where it's like the accountability, we got to have more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because and ultimately you need to be a big girl and, take care of yourself. And I think that would have helped me a few times where it's like, hey, so how are you doing on that?
Totally. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys are all going to Inspire or not, but for you guys, when Allison says, what's our paycheck, we're going to individually customize yours. That's not going to be available to anybody else. So you guys are going to have the right to say, hey, can we put this in here and this here, because that's who you guys are, right? That's why I chose you guys. You guys have all brought a certain flair or something to yours so that you can have it be your baby as well. But so they said sales, marketing, life stuff, which all you guys know me well now. That's just as important. You're only as good as who you are. Your mortgage business is only as good as who you are. There's one of the taglines.
Eric, can you make it so it locks me out of working until I exercise my rear?
So there it is. So what we're going to do is I'm going to individually, if you guys are interested in doing it, I'm just going to set up times with people, and that's part of the fun stuff.
Can't get into the loan until I've proved I'm working out and done my meditation.
I'm not going to say that that's going to be our model.
Computer, and you can't cover your computer without riding your bike. I would be all about that one.
I'm not going to say that's our model, but for Jenny Stoner as payback for being in the beta. But the other agreement is that you can't be. The agreement has to be that we can't afford to do customization for 150 people.
I'm just kidding. That's what I need.
For two of us that want, to get on that bike or whatever.
Well, but one of the questions I had was about are you going to build in any lead measure tracking for us? I know on yours, one of the videos I watched, you had it to your schedule, at 9 I do this, at 10 I do this, and it zaps it out to the team when you finish your stuff. Yep. So I think that would be a way to build that in. Like Jenny, on yours, you could add exercise in there as a thing to do. And if it doesn't get checked off, then everyone will know, you'll know your team.
That's what I need.
Yeah. The team will be
I know. That's what I need.
Let me go to Terry really quick. What's going through your brain as you're listening
to this? That's easy. It's not hard to do something like that.
Good answer.
We could just make the computer powered. The bike could be the generator which powers the
I want to make sure it's Terry.
Now, here's another question, Terry, and I'm sure this will be super easy. Have you guys talked or explored at all about having a mobile app with it?
Yeah, it will be. It will.
Yeah,
it's going to be iOS first, and then we're probably going to have to use a workaround for Android. What do you guys have?
Apple.
What do you have, Jenny?
Hmm?
What do you have?
I'm writing down my things that are
No, what's your phone? What kind of phone? Do you have Apple or?
Apple? Yeah.
Okay.
Android.
You have Android, and then who has? What do you have, Aaron? I think Aaron might not.
I have an Android.
Okay, so we're going Apple first. That's one of the.
Might be time for me to get an Apple.
That's one of the qualifications because
everybody gets a new phone.
iOS.
Buy it for me. I would totally do that for you.
iOS is easy. Android will take work. There's a workaround that we have to explore on that one. But yes, it'll be app, and you're gonna be able to run everything from you'll be able to run everything from the mobile too.
That's huge.
So sales, marketing, life. That's who I am. You guys have been with me long enough to know that that's who I am. So
Our jam.
that's our jam. That's our core competency. I don't want to be in the space of Encompass land or in terms of any kind of tight ops stuff. So for the Fairway peeps, and one of the cool, Terry and I've been talking so much lately, but we've been testing different things, and he uses the motivator, and he would use this. It's really easy in his system right now. He's managing a lot, like insane amount of leads.
That solves the problem of the duplicate contacts in Motivator if you don't even put them in there until they apply.
Yeah, I don't know what that means fully, but
Where do I want to?
Yeah, but I just know that Tom, the developer motivator, is a good friend of mine and a super business partner of ours. I never wanted to compete with him or have any kind of competing entity either. I always wanted to just be a partner. So, and I don't endorse any one company, but I do, I was at Fair. I don't want to I'm not trying to compete with Fair. I don't want to compete with Fairway. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just trying to better people's lives. So, but sales, marketing, automation in a personalized way, not in a rote. And I'm not saying about anything else, but in a rote, here's some emails that we wrote a couple of years ago that may or may not be applicable, is a completely different ballgame. Videos, still clients getting videos to text, getting personalized videos to text and key points and stuff, and getting automated voicemails and getting, email. I hate email, but we're going to use email too. But the interface is great on it. We're going to build a pipe drive looking type interface where like that linear model, which was so important to me from day one, where you can just say we're in this stage and then we go to this stage and then everything automatically triggers. And then we go to this stage and automatically triggers, and this stage where there's no user hardship. It was so important to me right there.
Derek, are you talking about building it from scratch, not using Pipedrive or Process Street, or it's going to be, you're going to design it from scratch? Wow. Okay.
We have models, right? Like we have models that we're working off of.
Right.
And you'll see it's like a hybrid of
all the stuff we want.
It's a hybrid of Pipedrive, Process Street, Slack.
Right.
What was the other ones in there? That's basically what the model is. It's we messed around with Slack for a really, really long time. It's just we couldn't get the visual interface. We couldn't get like where you guys can have anybody on your team as you grow. Like here's stage 1. When you complete this, you go to stage 2, and they can see it in a linear fashion, right? That visual component. Like Allison's really she has a talent for ops and that kind of stuff. Allison's not the norm, is what we realized. If anybody didn't know that already. In case anybody didn't know that already.
She's a unicorn.
So she could pull off the Slack without the visual, but I don't think many people could.
I don't know. I love Slack with all my heart.
Well, you don't have to change it. And this is no like, this
No,
is
but
not like,
I don't know if I could do without it.
nobody, and the other part of it, nobody has to do that. If you want to build your own, if you love your thing, whatever, there's no like, you have to do that if you're in Derek Cheney coaching. This is a straight value add. For, as I said, for level 3, it's going to be the customized option. The other 2 levels are going to be us just building the model on it. So cool. So that's what we're doing. So really quickly, from sales and marketing, can you guys take 3 minutes? Sales, marketing, and life. Jenny just brought up a couple fun things right there. Sales, marketing, and life. What are your must-haves? Take some time. I'm going to walk around because I don't want you just to bust this out. What are your must-haves? I gotta have this in there because absolutely this makes the biggest difference in my business. This is a core thing. This is what I'm looking for, guys. Ready? Is this. Not that you love to do it, but it's the most effective for your business.
Are you saying during the process, before the process, or just?
I'm talking about anything sales and marketing related. Sales, marketing, and life related, really, too. What is the thing that you do in your system that you have that's absolutely the most effective from sales and marketing?
No.
It's not a shiny metal. It's not a shiny metal. It's a most effective. Rate 1 through 3. I actually want you guys to think through this so you don't call me later and be like, I forgot about this one. So I'm going to actually, Hillary, do we have any like classical music we can play for everybody where we take a 3-minute break? I'm actually going to walk my dog because I want you guys to, this is a big one. I want you guys to think through this. I don't want you to go fast on this. I'll be back in 3.
I don't know that I have it figured out, but I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, so 3 things that are have tos, have to haves for me. It has to be team friendly.
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Easily editable, because like sometimes we're like, ooh, let's do this instead.
Okay, so that's interesting, Terry. Where does that like? We'll talk about it later. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We have
our workflow and we grow in our business. We might tweak things, and I need the team to be able to tweak it, not have to go to somebody else to have it tweaked.
Okay,
like,
so that might be
steps.
Yeah, so that might be something that we have as a value add for you in level 3. There's no way I can do that on a broad. That's why Motivator doesn't. You can't do it on a broad.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like,
right.
But that might be. This might be an excellent value add, Terry, for like what separates level 3 from level 2.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't do that on a big level.
Where that came from is like, we have a pretty tight system already, I feel like, but our agents kept emailing us and saying, has the appraisal been scheduled? Has the appraisal been scheduled? So we added into our workflow.
Yeah.
When the appraisal got scheduled, we just sent that email to the agent. So being able to add those things in as we live through the process is important to us.
Okay, so Josh, I want you to hear that too, because this is an important piece that also, I mean, before we officially do it with everybody, we'll go over the official agreement, but what's going to separate, one of the big things that's going to separate level 3 from level 2 is the ability to customize on an ongoing basis.
Right.
Because when you develop your own, it would either require us teaching or us doing. So that's a different component than just doing a software, right, and putting it out and being like, have fun with that.
And when I add a staff member, I want to be able to tweak that process for that new ad.
Yeah, my gut is that's going to be one of the value adds of level 3.
Okay. So team friendly, easily editable virtual workflow.
Yep.
With chat and check boxes.
Yep.
And mobile capability. That's my first one. I put all those.
That was only one?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay,
my name is Jenny, and I like all the things.
Oh yeah, I mean, really, does that surprise you at all?
3, right? So I did 3. So
yeah. So
team friendly, put 9.
Easily editable virtual workflow with chat and check boxes and mobile capability. Okay.
Okay.
The second one is video to text capable that's automated.
Yep.
And my third one is it has to feel like me.
The video will be you. Yeah.
I mean, the whole, like, whatever system it is.
Yes.
My people have to know it's Jenny's. You know what I'm saying? It's not Tom's or whoever's.
Yep.
Those are mine.
Wow, that's super fun because that's what we can do in level 3, Terry. We can't do that, but that gives a clear value prop for what level 3 is. Okay, cool. Who wants to go next?
I can if you want me to.
Please.
In a lot of ways, it came down to, like the team thing. So Jenny already mentioned that everybody can use it.
Yep.
But I think for any system to go well, you need communication, reminders, and accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Those kinds of things. And in anything, the consistency of the marketing. So I didn't think of it necessarily from like reminders and stuff. And like kind of Jenny was saying, but like to make any system work, you have to be able to have good communication, which to me is good video and making it easy to do.
Yep.
But I've kind of built that into my stuff, through emails and things like that. So I didn't have anything besides communication, reminders, and accountability. That.
What's the marketing thing that you think that makes the biggest difference in your business?
I don't know. I mean, like I do a ton of
Hold on really quick. This is one. Can you guys give me 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. So what's the most effective thing that you do marketing, Allison, besides authenticity?
I think it's that I have made myself do it consistently.
Okay.
That I just make sure that I'm always out there, especially on Wednesdays. And I was noticing just this week that the posts where I put how quickly we're closing get a ton of reaction. All I have to do is we did it again, 21-day close. And then I had 2 different realtors reach out to me after seeing that post.
Yep.
So that one showing your success is like, I don't have a hard time showing that we closed a loan, but I have a hard time bragging about it. Like I have one that I saved the freaking day,
Yeah.
But out of privacy for the borrower, I can't go on Facebook and say, we helped them fix their credit, and we had the sellers pay off $8,000 of credit on an FA or a VA loan because your other lender didn't know that this could do that. And anyway, so the big ones of just where you can show how good you are in a non-arrogant way.
Non-braggy way. Yeah.
And I bragged the other day, but it was fun, so whatever.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing. Josh, you ready to go?
Yes. So I thought we were supposed to say the things that we feel like affect our business the most. Or are we supposed to say
that? Is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, everybody has a different definition. That's like.
So for me, historically, the thing that I think I've done the most consistently, so I've seen the best results with it, is the social posts on Thursday, and then putting it in the BombBomb email. I get a lot of those open and responded to. I've gotten quite a few loans from just people replying to that BombBomb email about a loan question, or and then more recently, the Facebook groups have been a great way to get leads to give to realtors, which has totally changed that conversation about. It's been a total game changer. And I guess the third thing would be, we do on people's birthday, we send them cupcakes from a local place, and
that's awesome.
Love that. Like I get lots of good feedback on that. So, prompts to continue to do those activities, I think would be helpful.
Yeah. And the key that we're going to use our brain cells for is, can we automate on any of those so that it is still done without prompting? It's more, can that automatically done? That's the shift that we're making here that I don't think anything else has, where you take, personalize. How do you automate personalized marketing? That's the shift.
I've got just thinking of something that might, like along what Josh was talking about and what you're talking about, something that could automate, like where I could maybe do it on the computer, but it will send a text. That would be amazing. Because like preparing
something that you can do can you be more specific?
Like say for instance, I want to send out a birthday text to this person.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got it.
But I have it in the system. It has my video loaded, but it could text it to them. I don't know if that's.
Oh, that's our birthday video. Birthday video from you to text is already a done deal. That was my.
That for me would be.
That's one of number. I'll tell you my 2 that did the best things for me were a video to birthday, and then a video either every 6 months or once a year, reminding them that I'm their lender for life, and check back in for your mortgage checkup. and doing those, but it has to be a personalized video done well for it to work. Like a rote spammy email doesn't work there. And those are the two probably biggest things when you say like, what was one of the keys to your success? Those are some of the two. So those were my two. Like I'm going to put mine in too. Like, you know, the ones that I know that work the best for me.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it, because I haven't done it as much this year, but like sending them a text on their birthday.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. It takes a lot of time though, but I was going to do like just oh my gosh, you guys, I just realized it's your birthday today, and have it male and female, but you don't have to say their name because I've already sent them a card with ice cream on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's already a done deal.
I can go buy a gift card. Sorry, not ice cream on it.
Done deal on that one. Cool. Anything else, Josh, that you say like, man, this has been
the coolest stuff that I get, I think, like tagged in on Facebook is the stuff we send to their office, or the birthday cupcakes. Like we'll send balloons to their office with like a mug when their loan's approved.
Mm-hmm.
People love that, but I don't know how, you can't really, I mean, a person has to do that.
No, you can. You do on loan approval. You could set up when it hits. We could create a milestone there, and then there could be something personalized there. God, this is fun. Is anybody else having fun with it? Terry, is this fun for you?
Yeah, it's cool. Taking notes.
Anything else?
No, not for stuff like that. That's been super effective. You already said the other one I said, which was the annual review videos.
Cool. Aaron Cross, are you?
There we go. So some of my stuff was covered. I took a approach like Josh, where I was thinking about things I'm doing in my day-to-day system, not like the actual technology component. So something that nobody talks about, I get a lot of success with, is direct mail. So I use it quite a bit before closing, during the loan, after closing. We use direct mail quite a bit. So I don't know how that works into this, but it's a component that I think gets overlooked in our business. And so I use it quite a bit. Post-closing communication, Derek, you kind of talked on that. That's something we're huge on. So that encompasses the birthdays, the annual review, and maybe other important things that you want to communicate. And then the other thing that's important for us is our, what I call TBD nurture campaigns, and what we do with our clients that are searching for a house, because it's so difficult. It could be months and months before a client finds a house here. So it's very important to stay engaged with them during that time.
That's a big one right there, the TBD buyer one.
So for me, I wrote down,
what do you do in the
nurture campaign without canned email junk was what I know for. So for me, it's a mixture of text, direct message, phone calls, sending something in the mail, just trying to hit every medium I can think of without using just the email campaigns they give us from the CRM. I don't use any of that. So
I never used it.
I try to just, and I track it at Pipedrive, so I can go back and say, okay, last time I text, before that I emailed, I'm going to give them a call today.
Yeah.
And I did that yesterday to a bunch of people, and I got a lot of, oh yeah, I'm sorry, we're going on vacation. We'll send you that updated pay stub in 2 weeks or whatever. So,
yeah.
But it's not a call every 2 weeks. I'm trying to like mix it up so you don't bombard them with, and it gets old for everybody. It's old for the person calling and the recipient.
Dude, I totally.
So anyway, that was my.
You could create email. You could create videos, right? Just like the birthday ones that are generic, but that are automated, and sprinkle that in with a phone call and an email. I think.
Yeah, I think Aaron makes a good point too. Is so video will be one of the components. You know, video to text, maybe video to email, but then also got to explore the straight to voicemail.
Yeah,
we're not going to be able to build that, but we can zap that with slide dial or slide broadcast in there too, so that they're getting calls. And then we could also throw in direct mail. That'll be interesting because there's an exterior cost to that. You can build in a zap to direct mail it, but then we'd have to mess around with, are you guys going to create an account there and paying whatever the postage is and all that stuff.
I was thinking about that more of a don't forget to just put it on a checklist. Not write the copy, but more like
right.
build it into a checklist. Like
I want to automate as much. I mean, I'll tell you this. For me, it's like my initiative, where Terry's going to get really annoyed with me at some point. But my initiative is like we're going to build, we're going to do it, like make it, it's awesome. So basically, like what will make everybody's lives completely easy. So the tagline's real: making your business big, making your life bigger in your business, or giving you the freedom to do what you love. Right? Like.
Well, for those, you could even link in a service like send out cards or something like that.
Yeah, that's what but see, that's an extra cost. So I just have to go, and it would be the same thing with Slide Broadcast. I would just have to spend a second to be like, are you guys creating accounts at Slide Broadcast and set out cards, and then we're zapping it there? That might be all it is. I just haven't looked at that yet. But that's the fun stuff about this day and age too. Like, so when you decide you're going to build your own software, like, even if you don't have the internal capabilities, then you can also create exterior ones as well too. And that's where the world has changed since 10 years ago, whenever I was looking at this stuff the last time. Cool. All right. Awesome. Did that knock anything else loose for anybody else? Like, oh my God, dude, but I've got to tell you about this.
I had one I thought of that I did for like 3 weeks and then we quit because we got too busy, which is my thing, right? Mm-hmm. But when we get a contract in, we were sending a package to the listing agent in a box.
I like that. Yeah.
This was so fun. I loved doing something like this. It was a payday candy bar.
Mm-hmm.
And around it is tied balloons and squished down in a box. And we had it emailed. We had it mailed to their, actually at one time I had an assistant that dropped it off, but dropped it off at the listing agent's office. And when they open up the box, the balloons come up and the payday's there. And it has a little card from us that says, we're so excited about being a part of your next payday. Welcome to Mortgages with a Personal Touch.
Oh, that's good copy. Did you write that copy?
Yeah.
Nice. See what I mean? You wrote that.
Well, I got the idea from Connie of something she used to do, and then I put my spin on it.
Awesome.
But that was really fun.
Good.
Yeah, it was really fun to just an introduction to the listing agent that's different.
That's what I want to add. I'm going to add that in there somehow, some sort of realtor, listing agent, financial planner too type deal. That I think is just ginormous. And
fun.
Automated.
It's fun.
Right. It's totally fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to make other people's day, right? And then that's how you build your business. Awesome. Okay, cool. Now we're going to do a little marketing copy exercise, and you'll see how to do it in your own lives too. Okay. We're going to do the same thing again. And we're going to start with the struggle and the pain. Okay, so what are some of the biggest frustrations and struggles and challenges that you've either had in your business or you have in your business, or roadblocks? What are some of the biggest things that have held you back?
Can we write this from the negative?
The first one is from the negative, and then we're going to go to the really, really want thing.
Okay.
Not that you want to get into my head, but that's what the coaching thing, right? Like, did you hear what I just did with the software? When I do the really, really want on my end, like I don't even pay attention to what I don't. I'm like, this is what I want, and I don't know how we're going to do it, but this is how. Biggest struggles, challenges, frustrations, like things you hate about the job. And be as real and descriptive as possible. Like we're after an event and we're at the bar, and if you drink wine, you're drinking wine. If you don't, you're relaxed and just telling me like unfettered.
This is my pet peeve.
Okay, cool. Who's ready to roll? I've been at a bar environment with all of you guys after hours, so that it's just me and you right now. Tell me how you really feel, Allison.
See, I never know how to answer these because then when I hear other people say it, I'm like, oh, that wasn't the take I was taking on it, and then I love their ideas. I think one of my biggest things was setting boundaries.
Yep.
And
what does it feel like when you don't set boundaries?
Well, you feel used, and you resent them, you resent yourself, you know, that you let somebody take time from you, but you didn't tell them. So it's just mind games, really. You know, being mad at people and they don't have any idea why you would be mad and whatever. So it's kind of a passive aggressive type of behavior. But I think for me, but you kind of almost have to go through it to the point where you understand that you are good enough that you don't have to pick up the phone. And so that's just not everybody's going to get there quickly. One of the frustrations the thing that keeps happening while in the evening is that people want me to run closing costs for them. And I've been talking to my husband about this. Like, is there something we can put together on our website so we can alter it? You know, if we have to update something where I can say, hey, just go to my website, put in the program type, put this in, this will get you a ballpark. Like, that's what I've been talking about building, because that's the thing that they're still bugging me about or wanting me in the evenings for.
Cool.
I don't know.
No, it's great. I mean, anything's good. Yeah. Everything and anything's good.
Not even evenings too with that, Allison, to piggyback off that is like, that's the one thing that I get, like the quick like text or Facebook Messenger. Hey, can you run this number? What about 245? What about 249? What about 246.5? What about, and I'm like, but they want it like right now.
You could eliminate that where you say, hey, here's my website, put it in, we'll at least get you real close.
Like, it'd be awesome if the mortgage coach
number, let's talk in the morning.
Let the people edit certain things in the mortgage coach, because they can't edit any of it. We have to.
Yeah, that might be where it is too. We'll definitely integrate mortgage coach into this. Cool. Josh, you want to go next?
Yeah, I had a really hard time with this one. The biggest thing that gives us anxiety or that we struggle with, is that what?
Frustrations. Take yourself back a year when you want me to, I can pull up your messages from a year ago.
Yeah, I guess that's where I feel like I'm like, the biggest struggles I have now, the biggest struggle I've had lately, I don't know if this is going to be designed to really fix, which is having a really tight process on the contract close piece. That's process street, that's automated, that which this isn't really designed.
Why do you need that? What's the pain around it?
Well, I've never managed processing and closing before, so it's a new thing for me. So like, I have lots of guidelines and help and checklists from other people that I'm using, but that's been, you know, because I'm like, no, I want it like this. No, I want it like that. No, we want 24 hours on this. And you know, that's just, I feel like I just have to go through that and get it how I want it. And I've made a lot of progress, but that's because I'm out of my element still a little bit on that. I feel like it's the hardest thing for me right now. Whereas the other stuff, like the after hours calls and when other people lose it, like that stuff doesn't really get to me anymore. I feel like most of the time I handle that stuff pretty well. But not too long in the past, I was a total hot mess with most of that stuff. So that's my biggest challenge around being able to do that was my mindset, my own perception of my self-worth, and saying, like, I heard somebody else say it, I don't know if it was on one of our calls, but like, really feeling, not in an arrogant way, but in like a self-confident way, like that I'm it's worth it for them to wait for me until tomorrow morning. It's for them to to really feel like, and it's okay if they don't. That's been a total game changer, because people, when I send people my link to my schedule, I have 4 pre-selected BombBomb emails that I can send from my phone, and I'll just send somebody a quick thing. Like, I have a BombBomb one on how to apply online, or with my smartphone app, and it has a link, bit.ly link to my list on there.
We're definitely going to build something like that in.
And I say, here's a link to my calendar, and here's instructions on how to apply online. And the responses I get from that now are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for carving out some time for me tomorrow or Friday, or when instead of why can't you do it right this second? Because I'm giving them a professional, here's how you do it, here's a way to book it. They're so appreciative, and so which if you would have told me that a year ago, I'd be like, man, you're crazy. They're going to freak out, and they're going to go somewhere else or be mad that I can't do it.
I think you did tell me that a year ago.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it just took time for me to really believe that it would be okay.
Cool. That's helpful. Jenny, let's go to you.
So I have a love-hate relationship with the mortgage business.
Oh, this copywriting. That's awesome.
I hate the feeling in the pit of my stomach when I think about the chaos that will happen when I go out and do what I love. Getting the business always excites me, but I could never let myself do what I love for long. The fear of not being able to serve those clients with excellence and still have a life paralyzed me.
Did you write this down too? Cool. Just in case the recording goes, I'm going to get this from you.
That's what I hate.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just double and triple checking. Yeah.
I mean, it's scratchy, I've scratched through stuff, but
I can't tell you how valuable this call is. Cool. Thank you. Aaron Crossley.
I was similar to Josh with my feelings, was the contract to close component, where we miss something and it causes a delay in getting the file to underwriting. And then we get caught up in the day-to-day loan issues of solving problems.
Yep.
And ultimately that miscommunication is leading to an experience that's not world-class for my clients.
Boom. Yep.
So that for me is probably my anxiety. And then the other thing that always bugs me is when you meet a great agent and then you inadequately follow up with them, and then you see them working with somebody else on social media, and it's like, oh man, I totally forgot to call that guy.
Agent follow up. Yep.
The other thing that came to mind. So it was contract to close, then follow up. I wish I followed up with agents as well as I did with the leads that I get for home buyers, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's definitely one that I think both of those we can make a big push to help solve those problems.
Creating an authentic, original, automated
follow-up campaign.
The number one in my chair, the number one struggle that people have is, how do I follow up? What do I do? It keeps 3 years in, and it's probably the number one.
Sweet. So that will be one of our main things that we will solve.
Sure. Are you saying follow up with buyers or with
agents,
financial planners,
or financial just potential partners, staying in front of them, because
divorce is in a minute.
Right? We're not going to go on one date and get married. But what do I do? And remembering too. So if that's automated, but in a real cool, personalized way, that right there, industry changer, not even community changer. That's.
This is going to be industry changing. Don't you worry.
Not worried at all.
Don't you worry.
Not even remotely concerned.
Okay, cool. That was very helpful. Thank you. Okay, now let's shift to the other side of your brain, and we're getting close to the end, so I want to respect your time. Now we're going to go to the other side. Watch this. What do you really, really want in your business? What do you really, really want out of your life and your business? And it can be life too. What do you really, really want? I'm going to ask it a lot of different ways, see if I can knock something loose. If you could wave a magic wand and have exactly what you want in your life and business right now, what would that be?
I can answer this.
Wait, you got to hold on. I got to give, I want, if you can write it down too, like, so that you can just read it too. I'm going to give you this. I'm just going to ask it a bunch of different ways. And if you guys could write it down. When you're most happiest in your business, what are you doing? When you feel the most alive, what does your life look like? When you look back over your career, when were some of the times where everything was kicking in your life and business? Okay, take 3 minutes and do another dog walk, and we'll be back. We'll write them down. We'll just riff them out, and we'll be done. So Jenny, I remember you saying that you had iOS. So are you okay going first then with us? Be our first one. Who else had the iOS? I don't remember the other one that said that they had. Josh, so you're second, and so then Alice. So then we'll go Alice and Aaron. Okay, on the build out. It's going to take. I don't know how to do Android yet, so we're going to have to figure it. But we'll figure it out.
Well, and I'm about up on my phone, so if it's something that I have to do, I can switch to that. But
yeah, and the other part is too, I know you're a system builder and you love that. In no way, shape, or form do you have to do this. It's not like you're kicked out or anything. It's just it's going to be a value add of level 3. That's what it's going to be.
That's the thing. I have to see if it makes sense because it works really well right now.
I think Jenny is definitely in level 3. I think Josh will probably be too.
I think I would probably use some of it.
Right.
So we'll see.
Okay, so I'll just individually get you guys first. First one's definitely going to take time, so I don't want to put any timetable more than less than 30 days on the first one. It'll get progressively quicker, but so that's what we'll do there. So we're straight there, and then okay, cool, Jenny. I just want you to hear also. I can't be more grateful for you guys for putting in this time and doing this. It's going to serve others. It's going to serve yourselves. It's going to serve a lot of people. So thank you. Jenny.
So I love having a mortgage business that allows me to live a life full of joy and flexibility while knowing my clients and referral partners are being well loved and cared for, and my team is happy.
Beautiful.
And I'm sorry, I gotta go.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Josh.
All right. So what I have the most fun with is doing mortgage coach consultations. So I'm building my system to get to the point where I am just doing the mortgage coach consultation. And in terms of prospecting meetings would be with LOs or small teams right now, team leaders for real estate agents, and then builders or financial planners, like strategic partners that can refer a lot of loans. And then it does bring me energy coaching people on my team that have some foundation of like self-confidence and self-motivation and want to grow, work on their mindset and work on, making their life better. And then this one for me is the one I've never been able to consistently do. The last one is working no more than 32 hours a week, having a long weekend every quarter with Jess away somewhere, and then to have 4 weeks of family vacations spread throughout the year.
Awesome. So let's make that that's going to require also commitment on your part, but we can probably write that in.
You get out of
by Inspire. Yeah. Awesome. Allison.
Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't on mute. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was like, in a perfect world, which is what I'm building.
Yep.
I want to build an empire that doesn't require me to be involved in the loan process.
Boom. Cool. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I want to be the marketer. I want to be the face.
So answer this part. So that
I can, there's so many so that's like how many
just hit them. Yeah, just hit them.
So that I can have more time with my family, so that I can focus on making sure the process is happening and people having a great experience, so that I make a lot of money, so that my team can make a lot of money, so that I can do fun things, buy fun things, go shopping and buy a razor if I want one. And I'm not talking. So anyway.
That was funny. Aaron Crossley.
So that my husband will just hire somebody to mow the lawn. You know,
that works. That's awesome.
I was like, how much money to make so that we don't have to do this anymore?
That's a great one too, right there. Aaron.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So my perfect world is a world-class home loan system and process, which allows me to just focus on sales and marketing. So getting out of the loan process, just like Allison, while working only 32 hours a week, so that I can make dreams come true for my clients, my partners, and my team members.
Cool. Keep going on the so that. What else so that it hits for you personally?
Oh, I mean, of course, you want to make money and your family's happy and all that other stuff.
What about your vacation? Your vacation home? Go riff on that for a second.
Well, I mean, we already do a lot of vacationing. I really enjoy helping my team members make a lot of money, and hiring people who think, you know, they're coming in here making 40, 50,000, and then a couple of years they're making $100,000 and they buy their first house, and it's like, dude, I made that happen. So I've always thought that was really cool to bring team members in and help make their dreams come true. That's why for me that is not just taking care of my clients and my partners. It's also helping build up the lives of people that you hire.
Well, hey guys, thank you so much on that. This concludes the level 3 beta. We are going to start level 3 one by one, very gently. And Eric Zanatelli deserves to be in the initial rollout too. So I'm going to put him in there at some point, but we'll get, I really appreciate you guys' time and the thought that you put behind this and stuff too. And so we're starting. I have Terry right now. We're going to sign the agreement and we're starting the minute that we sign. So it's on. Game on, kids. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you next week.